This is the plaintiff, Donna Giglio. She says the defendant, her landlord, was renting an illegal apartment and the fire department forced her to move out after another tenant started a fire and almost burned the place down. The defendant refuses to return her rent and security, and she hopes the judge throws the book at him. She's suing for $1,400 for rent, security, and lawyer's fees. This is the defendant, Matthew Nicholas. He says the plaintiff lived in the apartment for 3 years, and he was surprised as she was when the fire department told him it was an illegal apartment. He bought the house 11 years ago, and there were already tenants living there, so he thought everything was cool. The plaintiff, however, thinks she's entitled to live for free over a technicality. And he's sorry, but no one lives for free. He's accused of not being on the up and up.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Donna Giglio? All right, say it again.
Giglio.
Giglio. You are suing Matthew Nicholas?
Mm-hmm.
For $1,400 that you say he owes you in June rent, security deposit, plus legal fees, that he won't return to you, and that you feel you are entitled to. Tell me what happened. Ooh, you two coordinated and everything. Was that a coincidence, or was that actually?
It wasn't planned.
It wasn't planned?
No.
That's unique right there.
You're wearing purple, too.
Am I? You see? This is what happens when you call. Why aren't you wearing purple? All right, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I did live in the apartment. There was a fire in the house. I vacated in August.
When was the fire?
June 11th.
Why was the fire?
He had another tenant living in the other illegal apartment in the basement.
Are both apartments illegal according to you?
Yes.
Okay.
And the guy went out and left the stove on.
Okay.
And caused the fire. When the fire department came, they told me that it was an illegal apartment and I had to get out.
Did you get out?
Well, I had to look for something. I couldn't stay there through the month of June because of the smell of the smoke that was in the apartment.
Where did you stay?
I stayed at my niece's house.
Okay. Do you have an affidavit from your niece?
No, I don't.
So you stayed at your niece's house in June, and then what happened?
And then I went back because I had to look for an apartment to move, and then I did find an apartment.
So did you stay there in July?
Yes.
Okay. And you moved out on when?
August 2nd.
Okay.
I was out by August 2nd.
Okay.
I was told.
And how much is your security deposit?
$650.
And then the other $650 you're suing for is for June rent?
Yes.
Okay, go on.
I was told by my lawyer and by the city of Mount Vernon, I was advised not to pay him any more rent because the apartment was illegal.
When did they advise you that?
The day of the fire.
Okay.
And I have the violations that were on the that were put on the building because of the fire.
Okay, I don't think we're going to have a dispute about that, right? Like, apparently these apartments are illegal, correct?
Your Honor, since I bought the house, it's a three-family house. I bought the house with people living on it.
But that's the problem. It's illegal because it's not a three-family house. It's a one-family house that has two illegal apartments.
So far I understand. I'm not a house builder. When I bought it...
Okay, wait, hold on. You now know that the two apartments are illegal to rent, right? That you can't have those two. You know that, right? That you need to make them legal by going through certain procedures. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know basement is illegal. I know that for sure. But when I bought the house, one part where she was living I bought people living on it. And
then you converted the other part?
Yes.
Okay. When you converted the other part, did you pull a permit?
And this point, I'm wrong.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
So you know that it's illegal apartments.
Yeah.
All right. Now, you move out on August 2nd, and you ask him for the security back. Did you ask him for June rent back?
No.
At the time, all you wanted was the security. Right. And he says to you...
That you
didn't pay me rent for July.
Right.
Even though you knew in June that you have no business collecting rent legally.
No.
Sounds awful when I say it, right?
Your Honor, so far, I speak less because when Donna living in my house, it's like it was a heaven for her because she kept telling me she loved me, blah, blah, blah. Okay, things happen. The guy I tried to help to set the
ironically, the guy who set the fire, you gave him his security deposit back.
Yes.
Right?
So
right?
Yes.
Okay, because he moved right out, and you felt that since she lived there, she should have to pay.
She paid me June.
Right.
She paid me June. She lived there almost July.
All July.
Yes.
Right.
And then she moved in August.
Right. So you're keeping the security deposit because you feel like she owed you July rent.
When the fire happened, firehouse was in my house. Everybody tell her, okay, it's not secure to live here, so you have to move out. So when she come to me crying, I said, Donna, you don't have to cry.
Were you too close? Were you? Who did you live there up there with?
My wife.
Okay, and were you folks all close? Like, were you friendly? Did you socialize or? You and the tenant. I don't mean that way. I mean like nice, like 10 and 11.
I'm sorry. My honor. Like I said, when Dana was living there, before the fire, we live like a family.
Right, that's what I'm asking.
Even when Dana gonna come to pay me, Matthew, thank you very much. I said, Dana, you don't have to thank me. I have to thank you.
So can this tenant basically live rent-free for the time he was there because the building shouldn't have been rented?
No, he's got to pay rent. He can't live rent-free.
Is that right?
Well, I guess he shouldn't pay rent. Yeah, because if it was illegal to get that place.
So you can live rent-free for 6 months?
Well, if it was a place that was not legal to rent, yeah.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
Here's the issue that we have. In June, you're telling me that when the fire happens, the fire marshals tell her you can't live here because it's dangerous because of smoke and whatever else.
Okay.
So you know she paid you June, and you're keeping her June money when you know she couldn't live there in June. And then in July, she doesn't pay you, but she's still living there until August 2nd. She admits that. But you're keeping the security as rent, even though you know that it's an illegal apartment and you can't collect rent on it. I mean, see, here's the thing. You understand, right? Let's just assume that the facts of this case were different. Donna buys cocaine from Mr. Nicholas, okay? The cocaine is not good quality cocaine. Donna's angry that you breached the contract. Donna comes to court and says, Judge, I want you to order him to return my money for the cocaine. What does a judge do? It looks at Donna, the judge looks at Donna and says, have you lost your marbles? Why? Because courts do not engage in helping people enforce illegal contracts. We don't help landlords get money from tenants for places they're not allowed to rent. It's bad public policy. So there's no way I was ever going to allow you to keep her security deposit for July rent, because that would be allowing you to collect rent when we all know you can't collect rent. So that's not going to happen. The only question was June, and you just cinched June for me a second ago when you said the fire department told her it wasn't safe for her to stay there. So now the last question I have, $100 paid to a lawyer. You have proof you paid a lawyer $100?
No, I have the lawyer.
Okay, well then if you don't have proof, I don't have, I
have letters that the lawyer
sent to him. No, I'm sure a lawyer, but most people get the lawyer to write it for free. So if you haven't paid him and you're trying to get $100 for him, that's not how life works. So as to the $650 of the security deposit, plus the $650 of the rent for June, I find in your favor in the amount of $1,300. Ready for the plaintiff.
Thank you.
Hold on right there.
$650 plus $650, $1,300 for the plaintiff. Step forward a little bit, sir, and tell me what you're feeling about the outcome here. Against you, really?
Yeah, so what can I do?
What can you do? What are you going to do about that apartment?
Nothing I can do on it right now. So I'm dealing with, how you call it, building department, city of Mount Vernon.
Well, it was unlivable, the fire department said.
You know.
All right, head this way, okay? Just right around the corner there, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So come on in here. What's going through your mind here as you sort of amble out?
I knew that he was wrong for what he did.
Mm-hmm. Well, you knew it was an illegal apartment?
Well, after the fire, yeah, I did know it was an illegal apartment.
Right.
And I don't know what else to say.
Yeah. Well, where'd you move to?
Another apartment.
Better deal? Better situation for you?
Nice apartment and better.
Did you two match outfits today?
No, but we matched with the judge, too. She had on purple, too.
You think that's why you won?
I don't know, maybe.
Harvey? So the landlord can't sue for back rent in court, but if the tenant actually does damage to the apartment unit, even if it was an illegal rental, the tenant is still on the hook for any of the damages because that has nothing to do with the contract. That just has to do with destruction of property.